name is Anne Marie Robertson, and I'm a case manager here at Chino Valley Medical Center.
Hi, I'm Stella Yazell. I'm the manager for materials management here at Chino Valley Medical Center.
My name is Becky Alanese. I work for radiology. I'm their transport.
Well, actually, I was diagnosed with breast cancer 16 years ago.
I had an itch, and I scratched it, and I said, uh-oh. And I said, uh-oh. I got on the phone. I called my doctor. I said, I think I found a lump.
I felt like my future just went out the door. I mean, it just went out the door. I figured, this is it. So it was very devastating. I mean, I remember getting ready for work and getting in my car and just screaming at the top of my lungs, like if I could just get it out of my body. It was terrible.
A week later, they called me to go do it. So I went and I got my mammo. There was something there. So they said, okay, we're gonna do biopsy and we're gonna do the ultrasound. So a week later I did that, and then it came back positive. It was cancer. So I was here at work, and the doctor had called me at work and said, you need to come down here right away because we're gonna have surgery on Thursday. I'm like, whoa, what happened to me in 3 weeks. I didn't even have time to spin around, and I barely told my kids that I had it. And everything went good. Everything went good. I had my surgery. I had a lumpectomy. I had 3 tumors, and I was lucky. I had 12 lymph nodes removed. None of them came back positive. And I had chemo for 4 months and radiation for 6 weeks, 5 days.
Well, at the time, I was really totally in shock. I was kind of surprised. And I was really in shock because I think my biggest concern at that time was my husband. Because I felt really hard for him. But I remember, asking the doc, did I have to address it right now? And they said to me, are you planning to go on a vacation? And I said, no. And he said, well, no, you do need to address it right now. So
I had diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, which was I was only stage 1, but that's a more aggressive type of breast cancer. So when I saw my oncologist, she recommended chemo, which I was very upset about it. I was hoping, since it was only stage 1, that it wouldn't have to have chemo, but I had to have it. Luckily, I only had to have 4 months of chemo, and they gave me medication for severe mild nausea, and I never got sick.
I think going through the chemo was hard. I think I did really good. I couldn't stand smells. Oh my God, I could smell burnt popcorn a mile away. I had good support from friends, good family. Sometimes, you have so many people around you, you just want them all to leave, but they don't leave you alone.
But then after I thought about the mastectomy, I just realized, what? I got to do what I got to do. So I decided I was going to have both of my breasts removed. I had a bilateral mastectomy. And I also had breast reconstruction at the time that I had that mastectomy. I was very fortunate that I had surgeons that were available to me, and they made changes in their schedules for me so that I was lucky to have that done at that time.
Of course, my family, my co-workers, I'm very blessed to have been at this job for, actually today it's 39 years. I started working at Chino Valley, and I've had friends, I still have friends that I met 39 years ago here at Chino, and people here, and so it's like having 2 families. Your family at home and your family here. So I'm very blessed in that way.
I decided I was gonna kick its butt. I wasn't gonna let it get me. I'm a strong woman. I've been through a lot, and I was gonna fight to the end.
I have a big support group because I have a phenomenal family. I'm from a big Irish Catholic family on the East Coast, and I have inherited a phenomenal family in California from my husband. I have 3 children, and I have 4 grandchildren, and I have 1 great-grandchild. They're always in my life, and they are the light of my life, so I'm very, very thankful, and I'm just so appreciative. I lost my husband, unfortunately, in the last 2 years, and it's been devastating for me, but I will move forward because I know that's what his expectation is, and I feel he's always with me.
What's kept me going? My family and just life. You know, I have 1 son that's not married yet, and remember when I first found out I had breast cancer, he's had a steady girlfriend. I said, I want you to get married because I want to see my grandkids. I have 2 older kids, and I have, you know, 3 grandsons and 1 granddaughter, but I still have a younger son that's not married. And I want to see those grandkids.
Life is short, enjoy it, and like I said, live to the fullest, because we're not promised tomorrow.
More active in your life? Try to do
Oh yeah. I try to do anything I can. Like I said, I was afraid to fly. If somebody says, let's go somewhere in an airplane, well, let's go. I'm not afraid no more. So.
Positivity. I've always been really fairly positive individual, but it made me follow an exercise where they said about you need to repeat to yourself. You need to set up an exercise in your brain that will draw you down that path. And I'm thinking, oh, that's a bunch of bull. But I did it because I made a commitment to my husband. He made me promise I would do whatever I could to recover. And I did that. And believe it or not, I recognize that it's helping to this day in other things besides addressing cancer. That you really have to focus, you have to put your feet on the ground, you have to move forward. And you have to move forward because you can't stay in the middle. If you don't move forward, you always move backward. So you always have to step up. You know, you have to be emotional at times, you have to cry, you have to grieve, but then you have to take a breath, put your feet on the ground and move forward. And I truly believe that in my heart.
When they would talk to me, I try to tell them to live their life fullest. Don't give up. Don't let it get you. Get it. Just keep going. And if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, they need to call me. I'll be there. And you know, no matter what.